Good morning. We are on page 254 today, the one and only Bob. I stare at my sister and try to imagine all the pain she's endured. In here, I thought I'd gotten the raw deal. To lose your pups, to wander alone, to struggle for every drop of water, every crumb of food. I mean, I experienced a little of that, but Ivan and Stella kept me going. And then Julia and her family. Why me? What's so special about me? Is it really that I'm more resilient, that I've made my own luck? Am I somehow better than Boss, more deserving? It's not right, I blurt. Not right, you should have had it worse than me. Well, if you want to talk about not right, you and I both had it a whole lot better than our siblings, Boss says. I will never forgive those people for what they did to us, I say through clenched jaws. Really? Boss seems surprised. If I held on to that much anger, I'd never get out of bed. Not that I'd ever had a real bed. She sniffs at the towel beneath her feet. This towel's kind of nice, actually. I look at her in disbelief. You're one of those dogs must forgive no matter what types? She almost looks amused. Well, it is kind of our thing, right? When someone does something hurtful, they have to admit it, I say. They have to be punished for it. And maybe then, if they apologize and change, maybe, then they get forgiven. All I know is I've done lots of bad stuff in my life, Bob. I've had to forgive myself plenty, just, to get through the day. Boss gazes at me with her wise, weary eyes, and I figure if I'm going to forgive myself, I'd better be ready to cut everyone else some slack, too. Look, says the officer, you need to evacuate now. It's mandatory. We can't just leave these animals. Cowboy sticks his finger in the orange cat's cage. The cat rubs against it, purring like its life depends on it, which it maybe kinda does. The officer sighs. You don't have a choice. We can't just leave them, says Boots, and I have to applaud her enthusiasm, even as I wonder why'd she'd risk her life for us. There is no explaining humans. Just got word the bridge over Big Fort Creek collapsed, the officer says. You guys gotta move. Boots snaps her fingers. Wait, you have a cop car, right? Yes, I have a vehicle, ma'am, says the officer. But the way the roads are looking, probably not for long. Okay, says Boots, so we evacuate. We evacuate every last dog and cat and gerbil we can get in your car. The officer purses his lips. And we take them where exactly? Shelter at the high school. That's where we've been sending people. They're not really set up for it, but once we start flooding and the elementary school stop taking pets, they agree to do what they can. The officer grumbles, considers, and goes for it. The three humans load cats and dogs, parakeets and hamsters, one after another into the police car. Some are in cages, and some, including a couple of unhappy cats, are on tug-of-war strings. Finally, it's our turn. Looks like there are 9 of us left. Car's full, and then some, the officer reports, struggling to shut the shelter's front door against the rising water. We're officially out of room. Cowboy looks at us, his eyes teary. Don't worry, fellas, we'll be back, he sniffles. I promise. You think we should leave the cages open? At least give them a fighting chance, asks Boots, in case, Sure, but they couldn't handle the current. I can barely stand up. Cowboy shakes his head. Look, I'll borrow my brother's bass boat. We'll come right back. Hopefully the water won't get much higher than this. Okay then, Boot gives him a grim nod. Stay calm, friends. Like that's an option. Preparing for the worst. The wind slows for a moment, and the room goes silent. We stare at the black pool swallowing the cages below. A chew toy shaped like a pink turtle floats past. It's just us and a whole lot of water. I check out the group. 2 cats, 1 bunny, 6 dogs, including Snickers, Boss, and me. There's nowhere to jump, no tables, no cabinets, no space above the upper cages. And as Cowboy pointed out, the current is probably too strong for us to tackle anyway. Folks, don't give up hope. You heard them, I say. They're coming back for us. No way they're coming back, says a sad-faced beagle mix. Give me a break. You never know, I say. I am such a lousy liar. Oh, yes, we do, my sister mutters, just loud enough for me to hear, and we share a look. Look, chances are the water won't get much higher, I say, but just to be on the safe side, pile up anything you have in your cage, bowls, towels, toys. Who died and made you pack leader? Asks a big mutt with a green snout. Well, it beats howling like babies, I say, and instantly I remember landing in Stretch's domain. Howling like a baby is exactly what I did. I had a dog biscuit this morning, bigger than you, says Gray Muzzle. What about me? Someone squeaks. Does the bunny get a vote? Hold on, Thumper, says the orange cat. This clearly is a job for higher feline intellect. No, a sharp voice rises above the din. Listen to Bob. He's annoying, and his hygiene leaves a lot to be desired, but I've seen him get himself out of all kinds of scrapes. Thanks for the props, Snicks, I say, especially the kind word about my odor. The wind groans and something metallic hits the side of the building. We fall silent again, waiting for more. The windows rattle, the walls shudder. It's like the building is as scared as the rest of us. So, Snickers says, breaking the gloom, you heard Bob. Start stacking. How about my litter box? Asks a small white cat with dark green eyes. Would that work? Sure, I say. Use anything. The goal is to get as high as you can. And then what? Asks a young dachshund. Worst case, we swim for it, I say. That's actually not the worst case, says the bunny. No one asks what it is. We already know.